Hey y'all, TGIF, happy Friday. Hey, allegedly J Truth, Peaceful Lady, Madeline Jones, Marvelous, Truth Never Fails. Y'all, I had to pop on her real fast. It is Friday. I had no intention of coming on here, honey. I said, but I might as well go on here and put it out in the atmosphere, right? So, youngest sibling, Winnie. Hey, Tisa. So let me go on and say this right before I forget. So I'm coming on here on Friday because I was listening to Tracy's video, and because she had my name in the title plus food junkies, right? So at first I thought she was saying that uh I thought she was around there saying that I was on Food Junkies today because I listened to his video too. And I wasn't on Food Junkies video today. He wasn't even talking about me or referencing me. He was talking about Jay Weirdo over there, right? And so anyway, I listened for a little, so the title was a little misleading to me, right? So, but I continued listening, and what she said was, though, this is the misinformation part, right? Number one, I'm not battling the community. I am battling Jay Weirdo over there, and I right now for what, and I'm not even battling Jay Weirdo. He's battling me, honey. He's over trying to deflect and do whatever else, spin whatever narrative he trying to spin. He trying to make it seem like it's about the coin and the bag, and no, it's not, honey. He's bothered. Okay, he is bothered. Hey, Kwani. And so but I'm not battling the community. I'm battling Jay Weirdo. Number one, and number two, I don't ever even mention Rico, right? I have not used Rico in any of my commentary. I don't know if somebody has put his name down in my chat, because I don't always have moderators and I can't read every single comment, but I don't mention Rico, so I am not using any sympathy towards Rico or any. Now I don't know if Jay Wilson said that or if you said that, but whoever said it, it's a lie because I don't mention him. And I mean no disrespect, Rico, but you know for yourself, Rico, that we have never had a back and forth, and I have never done commentary for or against you. So I don't know where that came from, right? And so just let me reiterate, I'm not battling a community. Okay, I'm going back and forth. I've been this past week, I've been back and forth. Hold on, Quantity, before you go, with two gay men. One was the creeper that like to dress up with the wig and the makeup on, and the other one is Jay Weirdo. Okay, so I'm not battling the community, right? Because I don't know everybody in the community, so that's wrong. And as far as Rico, I'm not trying to cap for Rico or defend Rico just cause I'm into it with Jay Wilson right now. I've said nothing about Rico at all. So I don't know where you getting your information from, Tracy, but it's wrong. If that information is wrong, right? So I try to put it under your video. I don't know if you got it or not. I don't even know if it's still there or not. But I was like, nope, nope, nope. And as far as that weirdo over there, worried about me, it don't matter if now it's not true, but say I did learn, I did learn the definition of the word pedestrian, right? So what does that have to, but the reason why he did insert himself between me and James, yes he did. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But say I did, so he's over there talking about something. She learned the word yesterday. But what if I had learned it yesterday? See, that wasn't the point of me talking about what the point of me mentioning that word yesterday was in reference to me getting a good kiki off of something that I read on Google. So you went over there and you tried to make it about the word pedestrian when it was about this word right here that Google put on this paragraph concerning associating pedestrian in ancient Greece with the grinder, right? Because it said, is anybody with a grinder profile can tell you younger boys and adult men are still secretly bound up in they kind of fatal dance. So what you did is you try to go over there and make it about a single word when it was actually about the whole, it was about uh Google or whoever wrote this paragraph right here, relating grinder to ancient Greece and pedestrian. Okay, you insert. I don't even know who this person is, but moving right along. Um, and I'm not here for it today. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that. Now, instead of you going all the way around the world, why don't you comment on what the if you not you focused on the wrong thing, and you know you are, all right, because you're trying to uh, uh, push everybody away from the grinder conversation. That's what you're trying to do. The word, it wasn't about the word pedestrian, if I just found out the meaning or not. Honey, the word, the conversation is about what Google has down here concerning the grinder app in ancient Greece. That's the conversation, right? So you're supposed to be so much whatever than everybody. Why are you trying to deflect? You always over there slithering around like the slime ball you are, trying to change narratives and out lie, and you whining like a little baby over there too, right? Because you are very see. I don't go around calling you heterophobic, but I'm not also running around saying, well, isn't what she's saying considered hate speech? Because you over the hollering, yeah, it's hate speech. Now, the way that you are talking to me, I don't consider it hate speech. I consider it beef. But see, since you a whiny little heifer, that's you use anything you can. But let me tell you something. As far as you and this right here go, you are deflecting because you don't want to talk about the grinder incident. Number one, right? Number one. And you also don't want to talk about a whole lot of sleazy stuff like you done did. Like you remember when y'all remember he was on Doe vacation forever, right? But how many of y'all was around when when Jay Wilson had his event, and a couple of people that came down to his event, he drove them past Tracy's apartment. Fi Babe and what's that other woman's name? Drove them past her apartment, okay, and all of this stuff. Now, this is when he has his event, but he always worried about somebody else stuff. See, all that stuff you done, all that doxing you done. I mean, you and Tracy was into it forever, up to the point to where you were so touched that you drove them people past her apartment, right? See, it's all that kind of sleazy stuff. And the reason why I drove Joyce also, I heard somebody mention that the other day about he drove Joyce past her also. And then somebody said it was a couple of times or something was going on with that. So why don't you tell your people about that, honey? Huh? Instead of spending narratives. Why don't you want to have a conversation about Grinder? Huh? But and I don't even know if Jay Wilson said that something about the way he fight with Rico. Because let me tell you something, when they talking about ain't it hate speech or homophobia, what about the homophobic slurs that some gay men that I have heard of several gay men in this section inflict upon each other? Is it considered hate speech when you're afflicting it upon each other? Yeah, fine Tracy D. Right. A lot of people remember that. Yeah, absolutely. Short bus right. We only care about money, and he puts it in his subscriber face. But see, and then it's true that he always hustling, for $1 and an eggplant emoji, right? It's true about that. But sometimes he uses that as a cover, and he's really bothered. And I've gotten really bothered right now to the point to where he's spinning narratives and out lying, right? So I don't know if it's him that told Tracy. I was saying something about him and what he says to Rico, or him and Rico fighting or whatever, but I don't mention Rico. First time I mentioned Rico was today. I don't have to mention nobody else if I don't want to. And I mentioned Tracy today. Because I mentioned her last night in that community walk. Because he got all this stuff to say, right? But never, ever could anybody tell you I have ever done anything as deplorable as not now is the N-word hate speech when black people use it on each other. Depends on how they use it. But now you'd have to ask a gay man if one of them, if one of them is calling the F word to the other one. It's saying that using the F word. If they're using it on one another, go over there and ask them is it considered hate speech amongst them. Okay. Marvelous said, yeah, you can't police language within the culture, right? Okay, so I guess that's supposed to make it okay. Right. Anyway, moving right along. So Marvelous said, I mentioned Rico yesterday in your chat, but you didn't elaborate. I stated how he treated Rico. Also, it was you and not me. I don't know if Teresa was down in the chat or not. So did I read the comment or, like you said, elaborate? Because I don't mention Rico. That ain't none of my business. Whatever they got going on with Rico, it's been a lot of commentary that I heard forever about Rico. There's certain people on here in this sector that I don't do commentary about at all, honestly. And Tracy is one of them, and Rico is another one. Okay? I don't do commentary about them at all. At all. I just don't. So, like I said, I don't know who said that I was assuming I was, speaking out against what he says about Rico in reference to what me and him got going on. I don't know if he said it or Tracy thought it, but it's incorrect information. I don't mention Rico at all. I don't have nothing. Certain people I don't mention. Right. And like I said, I'm not fighting the community. I'm fighting him. I'm not even fighting him. I don't even call it beefing because it's so weak. He's just touched, and it's not my fault. Yeah, just like it don't mean I'm homophobic or scared of gay people because I don't like you. I just don't like you. But anyway, it is what it is. Like I said a long time ago, they can think what they want to think. They can call it what they want to call it. They use that word try to make somebody hush about their truth because they don't want to hear their truth. And it is what it is. But when you come at me, I'm gonna come back at you, right? And why? Just like you got so much to say about my hair, by the way. Sitting in that bed looking like a big fat roly-poly. Okay. You don't have no hair, and how you gonna judge anything on my female body? See, that's why you're a weirdo. But what you need to be worried about is stop deflecting and talking about that Grinder app in reference to that paragraph I put on my page. That's what you need to be worried about. Can we hear some commentary about that? You on there first, you in the bed talking about the word. I just learned the word. Okay, but what about how Google made associated ancient Greece with the Grinder app? Why I didn't hear no commentary about that, right? And then you over there singing or whatever. Still no mention of of Google referencing ancient Greece and the Grinder app. No mention of that. No mention that at all. Because see, that's called a deflection. Most of these need to get some jobs so they don't have to get on here and lie to keep getting a YouTube check. Well, all of them don't. Everybody is not monetized. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know if they lying or tell the truth. I don't know a lot of these content creators. I know what I do though. I know I ain't got to come out here and hustle for nothing. I get a Google AdSense check because I don't want to work for free. That's why. So is James homophobic because he calls Rico, Chopper, and Brian the F word every other day? That's nice to know. That good question. Good question. Good question. But to whether it doesn't matter to me, one way or the other. I'm just gonna put it that way. I don't care either way. But I really just came on here real quick to clean up some misinformation that Tracy got because yeah. Until he can call himself gay. Right? He can't even say it. What he say? Same gender love. And I told you he was in the closet for 50 years until old boy, what's his name over there, pulled him out of it via catfish. But I don't even care nothing about that. He slick as fish grease, honey. He slick as fish should be. Woman phobia. I know that's right. Is he woman phobic? You know? Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, but I just want to come up and clear that up, y'all, because I was like, dang, somebody giving her some real bad information. Shoot, I'm battling with. I ain't even battling. I gotta stop saying that word. But that's what she said. She said I'm battling. I'm still battling with the community. So, Jay Wilson, are you as big as a whole community? Like, is that what you mean by that? Because I'm talking to you. I'm responding to you. But if you as big as a whole community, I guess that comment would make sense. Uh huh. I guess it would make sense. Has he addressed food junkie? Yet he stays attacking black women. I don't know. Well, I know food junkie today. His video, food junkie was letting him have it today. I tell you that. Whether he responded or not, I don't know. I think he did another video. I'm gonna say it had like Mr. Hattie May in the title or something like that. I'm not sure, but I didn't bother to listen to it because it's Friday, it's the weekend, and like I said, y'all getting this video right now because of Tracy and the misinformation. But that's all I got to say, y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Peace.